It comes as no surprise to a lot of people out there when we talk about Nintendo and their lack of care for their esports and competitive side of things. That became all the more apparent last night, in case you guys are unaware of a cease and desist sent out to a tournament organizer known as the Big House of Nintendo shutting down an event and what could be the very future of Smash Melee, an unfortunate circumstance which pertains to the FGC as a whole, which has been struggling as a whole for quite some time. One of the most diehard esports fan bases I have had very little interaction with, only a few videos here and there, but you can tell, and you know, if you know, just how dedicated they are, and stemming back to being one of the oldest esports communities of all time as well. There has long been a lack of funding for financial success for competitors in the FGC, also pertaining to the Nintendo esports side of things. Along with that, a pandemic and recent allegations, the entire FGC, including Smash games, have been struggling and will continue to do so if Nintendo showcases yet again why they do not care about that scene. This is gigantic news in case you guys did miss it. One of the more prominent tournament organizers in the space as well, that being the Big House, has now been sent a cease and desist from Nintendo themselves involving the usage of Smash Melee, and along with that, a third-party platform known as Slippi, which is the only reason the game itself is even playable during a pandemic, that being online at all. Now, if you guys are FGC fans, if you guys are Nintendo fans, or especially Smash fans, you know the issues of the online experience, and especially involving netcode. Slippi was really the only workaround to make this game playable online, and thus during a pandemic where there are no LAN events, the only thing keeping Smash alive, especially for someone like Big House, who needs to use Slippi to make it a fair game for all of their competitors. Now, Nintendo has now sent a cease and desist because of the usage of Slippi, and if you guys have not put two and two together, without their ability to use it, they literally cannot have competitions, because that's how bad the game is without the third-party platform of Slippi. And that is why an entire community is devastated for the future of Smash Melee and Smash as a whole, as Nintendo continues to showcase their lack of care or need for the esports and competitive side. Guys, whenever I talk about the FGC, my team leader here, Zan, stems from that scene. You got to realize how diehard these people are. Only a handful of select people out there can make this a full-time job, many of whom actually work full-time jobs and compete on the side, because that's how little financial funding there is in the entire scene, and Nintendo unfortunately showcasing even more so of that just last night. As the TO known as Big House posted a heartbreaking tweet last night in a statement to their community saying, "The Big House is heartbroken to share we've received a cease and desist from Nintendo of America Incorporated to cancel our upcoming online event. We were informed we do not have permission to host or broadcast the event, primarily due to the usage of Slippi. Sadly, all of our competitions are affected. We are forced to comply with the order and cancel the Big House online for both Melee and Ultimate. Refund information will be sent shortly. We apologize to all those impacted." And Nintendo making their statement through Kotaku saying, Nintendo appreciates the love and dedication the fighting game community has for the Super Smash Bros. Series. Nintendo told Kotaku, "We have partnered with numerous Super Smash Bros. Tournaments in the past and have hosted our own online and offline tournaments for the game, and we plan to continue that support in the future. Unfortunately, the upcoming Big House tournament announced plans to host an online tournament for Super Smash Bros. Melee that requires the use of illegally copied versions of the game in conjunction with a mod called Slippi during their online event. Nintendo therefore contacted the TOs to ask them to stop. They refused, leaving Nintendo no choice but to step in to protect its IP and brands. Nintendo cannot condone or allow piracy of its intellectual property." Now, if that's true, has also been a giant question raised by a lot of figures out there. If you guys want to check out Ludwig's video, I think he does a great job explaining. I actually had no idea his background story and him stemming from this scene as well. So if you guys want to check him out, he does a great job end-to-end explaining the situation of what also maybe is not illegal, but I'm sure, as you guys know, it's Nintendo. Do you want to fight Nintendo, spend that time and money to try and beat them? And then if you do, what even happens then? Yeah, it's a sucky situation when you have a powerhouse and you just don't have the time, energy, or financial stability to even try and fight this, just to put on an online Smash event, which to many eyes out there needs this third party just to be playable and fair for its competitors. What Ludwig, I'm going to steal his statement on this, does say, the pandemic has hurt the FGC and especially the Smash scene, with no LAN events where this stuff is actually playable without third-party mods being necessary. And now, with Nintendo stopping online play, they are potentially killing off an entire scene. And I don't have anything really to compare this to, you guys. For all you traditional esports fans, you might be a Counter-Strike fan, a League of Legends fan, Dota, Fortnite, whatever it might be. There are not many scenes controlled in this form or facet like Nintendo is now controlling the Smash scene, and directly, it seems, hindering the future success of this, to what some people might think they're trying to, lean people off of this title so they invest heavily in the newer titles and newer games and such, and IP. It's a maddening time. And so, hey, over here at Esports Talk, we support you guys. FREEMELEE. What do you guys think about this? All right, take a sip of coffee for me. I will keep you all posted on this story. The sad fact is this: does Nintendo cave? The past would suggest not so much. We will see what happens going forward. Till next time, take a sip for me, drink some water, drink some coffee. I'll catch you back here sometime soon.